I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Berry.
Here.
Brooks.
Here.
Frizzalone.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Markham. Eustace. Odella.
Here.
Summers. Trainier. Van Dyne.
Here.
And Winfrey. You do have a quorum. Thank you. Yes. Okay, we have approval of minutes from the executive committee, September 5th. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We will oppose, I'm assuming. We also have the minutes from executive committee of September 12th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then committee of the whole, September 12th.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we're moving to old business. The first one is the harbor agreement. That's going to need to be tabled. It's not quite ready. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? To table?
Yeah. Need a roll call vote to table.
Okay, so moving to new business. Presentation on Silver Cross Hospital. That's actually in negotiations, so that's going to need to move to executive session.
I'll move to put this to executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I just get the clarification, is that the end of the agenda?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we have some additional committee assignments here. Ordinance prohibiting the use of groundwater as a potable water supply will be on next week's executive committee. We also have ordinance, do we need to do these each separately, Mary? To move them? Okay. Then ordinance for establishment of an enterprise zone, that's the Lincoln and 394 corridor. The IGA with the city of Joliet, ahead of myself. IGA between various municipalities for the establishment of the enterprise zone, Lincoln 394. And we've had one before. This is really just an update to the current enterprise zone agreement, so because of that, we have to redo it. Then we have also the IGA with the city of Joliet formalized agreement on our freight study efforts. So I'm going to assign those to executive committee.
I'll move to put those on executive committee.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Then we have the other committee assignments here.
Excuse me, Denise, do we have that temporary access one as well?
I have the letter in my
Yes.
phone, but it's not.
This is what,
Where is it?
The temporary access request, so you can do some grading.
That's right.
I'll move to place it on the executive committee.
Yes.
I'll move to place it on the executive.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That was the Rinrick Road one, Jeff.
Yes.
Thank you.
I want your phone, Jeff.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
I'll make a motion to set, well, no, this is for free assignment. To place free assignment as presented, as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We didn't have anything for state's attorney's opinion. However, we do need executive session for the purpose of, before we go to that, we have public comments. And we have, I believe Harold Dameron is here. We have a representative from SBA as well to speak to the disaster.
Out of the basement.
Once in a while, I have to come over here and see. Well, thank you for letting us get on the agenda this morning just for a few minutes. As I know you're all aware, we've got a couple of significant rainfall flood events that hit Will County this summer. One was last week, of course, but we also had one that happened late June that particularly hit the eastern part of Will County, Stager Creek, Park Forest, that area. And together with our partners from Cook County and the villages over there, we were doing a lot of damage assessment to see if there's any possibility of any kind of assistance for any of those affected residents. It's not something that meets the threshold for a presidential disaster declaration. Even the Mississippi River flooding that you've seen all summer, even that has not triggered assistance for individuals in that flood. However, there is a federal program that does not require a presidential declaration, but yet it does provide some disaster assistance. It's a federal low-interest loan program for disaster victims that's administered by the Small Business Administration, which is an agency of the Department of Commerce. So that program is open to any impacted residents from that area. That was just approved last week, I believe. And I have with me here Mr. Taneem Chowdhury, and he's with the SBA, and he can provide a little more detail about how the program works.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here. Taneem Chowdhury with Small Business Administration. Glad to be here because of the whole flood recovery project. What we do is we offer the low-interest long-term loans for anyone in your county and Cook County as well, since it straddles both counties, this particular flood, right? We offer this for your homeowners, renters, businesses, and nonprofits that have been affected. My reason for being here is just basically outreach, because we don't do door-to-door. I'm asking all of you to please promote the message as far as we can go. We're here until October 17th. We're located at Stager Community Center, 3501 Hopkins Avenue. We're operating Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2. We are closed on Columbus Day, but once again, we reopen and we close shop on October 17th at 4 p.m. Now, for homeowners and renters, we offer up to $200,000. Excuse me, for just homeowners, $200,000 for any damages to the residents. The interest rate may be as low as 1.938%. Okay. Renters, we're also including for homeowners and renters, we're including for personal property damage. And by that, I'm sure you've all seen flooding damages that affect vehicles, things like that. Vehicle, furniture, dishwasher, that sort of things. That goes up to $40,000. So we think it's a very good program because one can receive 15 to 30 years for repayment. It's an option you can really take a look at. Simple interest rates, no closing costs or application fees. All we really ask is, say, a half an hour of your time if you're a homeowner. You come in, talk to us, just bring in your usual materials, your ID, residence, that sort of thing. If possible, the insurance papers. So just a half an hour of your time, and we'll help you fill out a loan form. So you're just spending that time, no cost whatsoever. You can determine afterwards if you want to take it or not. We send you a letter. If the terms are not acceptable, you can always say, no, that's fine. But we don't want them to just not even consider it and say, it's a loan. Because oftentimes I've seen that. The word loan scares off people, and that's not something we want. Moving on to businesses, I've heard around 14 businesses in Stager have been affected. I think there may be more in the surrounding areas as well. We offer loans to them as well, up to $2 million. That's the cap. There's no minimum that I'm aware of. The interest rate may be as low as 4%. So any businesses that you may know of, businesses or nonprofits. Nonprofits, by that I mean churches. Any churches that have had basement flooding damage, things like that, the interest rate is 2.75% because it's a nonprofit, so the interest rate is going to be lower. After we leave, the program doesn't end. someone can still go online, and I'll provide you the flyer so you don't have to write everything down. Disasterloan.sba.gov. That's the website where you go, you fill in your materials and so forth. But right now, see, we kind of assume sometimes that everyone's computer savvy, everyone's financially sophisticated enough to fill in the loan terms. That may not always be the case. Right now, you have the live assistance. So I ask everyone to just please take advantage of this. The deadline is on November 25th for your physical damages. So before that timeline, we'd ask everyone to just complete the application piece. Whereas we don't do farms, we do farm-related loans, such as, say, someone sells farm equipment because their herd business has been affected. We'll help that out. But for farms, we'll refer all of that to USDA, Farm Service Agency. That's my overview of the message. I'd be happy to answer any questions from anyone. Yeah.
Thank you. That's my district in Stager.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever I can do to assist you, I'm in constant contact with the mayor of Stager. I drove the area as well as Crete when that first flooding happened. I don't know, can we have a press release on this that we can send out to let people know? I'm sure the village of Stager is being very aggressive with this because of all the damage that was done. Can we do a press release on this? Yeah, because
there has been some information about, we also done a lot of social media blasting of this as well.
I did, as soon as it came up, I did that.
Yeah.
But I would like it you did it in such a way that it explains exactly in short term what you are doing there. That would be the best way to present it. I am very much involved in Stager, so I can, also put that out via social media.
I really like that, ma'am, and I'll give you my card.
Okay.
If we can exchange contacts, I'll give you the particular news release from my federal agency, yeah?
Okay, and Harold, thank you. Thank you for pursuing this for us, and because there was huge concerns that they knew they weren't going to qualify, and there was so much damage done, and now they got hit a second time, so.
Well, we know it's not a solution for everybody, but I know Allison from our office just visited the center this morning to see what was happening, and they've already had 10 walk-in applicants. They just opened up Tuesday. I know they've had a number of online applicants already, so it's having some effect for some people. So.
And we'll also have our communications people talk with you and get the release out
And
and cover as much ground as possible.
And if I may just emphasize again, this is pertaining to the June flooding. It doesn't really pertain, to last week. But it's for anybody in Will County, not just the eastern Will County area. So if there was somebody in another part of the county that was affected by that, this program is for them.
I think that's my question. What's the geographical area this covers? I know you're saying Stager, but of course, I assume the village of Stager is on it. They'll do outreach. I get more concerned about the unincorporated area where sometimes the communications aren't as strong. And I'm asking in part because we know what the unincorporated area is. I will tell you that we should mail them. The county, I think, can directly contact them and say, this is available. I think we can, I'd like to look at, I'd go to the unincorporated area and knock on everyone at their doors. But I think we need a good sense of what the unincorporated area is. You have to apply to GIS. They could probably put something together for us, Harold.
Yeah, and the reason we keep referring to Stager is because that was sort of ground zero of that storm.
I understand that, but I don't want people to get the impression it's just Stager.
Exactly, right.
There's a larger geographical area that I think that we should be informed on. And like I say, maybe we can do some direct mailing from the county through maybe Ron Pullman. That would be the kind of work maybe he could do. Maybe send something out directly to them. And I think there's a lot more we can do. We got a short period of time to do it, though. But I'm willing to go out there.
We
We can
identified.
look at some ways we can get further out. You had another question, Lori?
Yeah, when you were saying mailing, are you talking directly to the citizens or to the townships?
You say your house is available.
Because
There's probably not that many.
Crete Township, the Stager, part of Stager, half Stager is in Crete Township. So there's sort of unincorporated areas in there as well. And then Crete was hit, but not nearly as bad as Stager, because I was out the next day driving.
But if they qualify, they qualify.
Absolutely, I agree 100%, but I think he did mention Crete when he was talking, so.
Yeah, of course, we can't identify every home. This was an urban flood event where you could drive down the street and not necessarily see it, but probably about 80% of the locations we did identify were in the Stager community. The next would be Crete. We had some Park Forest. We had, of course, Cook County as well, and our friends in Cook County are also promoting this as well. So we're sort of tag teaming, I guess, some of the promotion on this because both counties were declared for this.
But we need to focus on the unincorporated area. That's my point. My point is that Stager, the village of Stager, will take care of the people in the village of Stager. We need to make sure the people in the unincorporated areas are also being taken care of and being informed. So that's why I'm specifically saying if we know the geographic areas, we can determine what the GIS can tell us what the unincorporated areas are, and that we make a assertive effort, just as the municipalities make a assertive effort to contact their citizens, but they're not going to contact people in the unincorporated areas, is my point. We need to do that.
And so, again, so Carol, with our communications people, looking at a plan, talking to Judy and Lori, be sure we get all that area covered.
Absolutely, yeah, there's a lot of ways we can get the message out. That's why we wanted to talk to you this morning, to use this forum as an opportunity. So thank you very much for your
And I
time.
saw Gary come in the back there.
Well,
You're listening in, right? Okay.
Okay, so would you work with the townships, Cheryl?
we've been in touch with, we've been in touch with everybody out there.
there.
This has been a process we've been working on since it happened in late June. Obviously, it's kind of a slow-moving effort to gather the information that's needed and have SBA come in and then make the declaration. This was a formal request that actually comes from the governor to the SBA administrator, so we had to go through that process with the state to get to where we are today.
Go ahead.
And I'll provide my contact information to all of you. What I do is public outreach. So if there's a particular organization or even a particular person you want me to meet, whereas we don't do door-to-door, I could make an exception. That's not a problem. Okay, so I will give all of you my contact. I believe the agency will have me here until the 17th, so we can do this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We're going to give them a chance to talk in the hallway very shortly because we have the need to go into executive session for pending litigation and possible land acquisition. I need that motion. Come on, please.
Barry?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Griswold?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Markov?
Yes.
Thank you. Pagala? Yes. Summers? Rainier? Van Dyne?
Yes.
And we are in executive session.
Good evening. Who wanted?